Hello guys, my name is Joseph Opon. I work as a graphic designer and I'm a student. Today I'm going to show you how to create this amazing birthday flyer in Photoshop. In this video, you will learn amazing techniques to design this birthday flyer. And you can even apply these techniques that you are going to learn here to many of your projects. So follow along and have fun. So the first thing I did was to get the images I wanted to use and cut out the background. So I brought the images inside Photoshop and I used the pen tool to cut out the background. Alright, now I recommend you use the pen tool for cutting out the background when you're working on a professional project. The pen tool will give you access and will allow you to cut out the most important parts from the object. Alright, now I want to fast forward this video so that I'll skip, you can skip this boring stuff. I'll meet you in the next one. So guys, this is where I create my dimensions for the document. So I'm going to use the dimension for Instagram vertical. I'm going to go with 2000 by 2500 pixels. For this project, that's what I'm going to use. Because this is a social media project, I will keep the resolution at 72 and the color mode at RGB. And then I'll complete this. Now I'll start bringing in my backgrounds. For this particular background, it is already white and the background is also white. So I'm going to make it black using the layer styles. I'll select the color overlay and change it to black. I'll click OK or I'll press enter on my keyboard. Adjust the size to fit how I want it to be. Now I'll bring in the rest of the images and adjust them also. For this part, I will select the independent square background and start with it. Go to adjustment and select curves. So I'll bring the bottom point up, the point you see at the bottom of the curve up, to fade the image and make it look like it's very far away. Also, reduce the opacity to fade it a bit more. I will select the image again and press Ctrl U to activate the hue and saturation. Here, I'll remove the natural color. Then I'll give it a grayish, whitish look. Make sure that it blends with our project. Now, I'll select the line background to reduce the opacity drastically. I will also remove the color of the last image background, you see, with hue and saturation. And then I will see you in the next session. Now I'll bring the images I want to use inside Photoshop. But then I've noticed some imperfections on the image. So all I have to do is to mask them out since I already have a layer mask. Remember, I saved this as a PSD, so I can always mask it out when I bring it inside Photoshop. In this project, I'm going to use 2 images of this lady. So I'll bring the first one and scale it, make it bigger. I already have an idea. I decided to make one bigger and one smaller. Now I will bring the last image inside the actual project, make it smaller than the first one. Right now, I'll just try to scale them and adjust them till I am satisfied with the result. Now, time to make this more interesting. So with this part, I will separate the 2 images with a brush. Okay, so the brush I'm going to use is a stroke brush. Then I will make a new layer, then activate my brush, pressing B on my keyboard. I will click once and then make a duplicate, pressing down Ctrl plus J on my keyboard. I will repeat this process twice. Then after I'm done, I will select the 3 layers and then I will merge them as one. So you hold down Ctrl plus E to what? Merge them. Alright. Now the next thing is to scale and tweak it to my satisfaction. I'll make a duplicate again and change the position to horizontal. I will adjust it to fit the other end. And when we are done with this part, let's just wait for the next part. So we've reached where we have to make the pictures pop. So then we have to keep going. I have 2 pictures already that I want to make them pop, right? So I'll do that using the camera raw filters. But then we have to convert the images into how do you call it, smart object, okay, so that anytime you want to make changes to it, we can just come back and apply to it. Okay, yeah, so I will just press Ctrl plus Shift plus A on my keyboard, and then I will just activate the camera raw filters. So I will have to tweak some slice to get what I want, but I'm sorry guys, I won't be able to take you through that process. I have a preset already I want to use for this project. I'm sorry, but I'm going to show you how it will look like when I'm done. Yes, so I'll just load up the preset and then you see the before and after. Okay, you can see when I turn on the preview on and off. So I'll just bring the other one the other picture too and do the same thing. I have a preset already for that, so I'm just going to load up that preset for these pictures also, for this particular picture also, to enhance the image, to make it pop. That's what I mean. So when I'm done, I'll just press enter on my keyboard or click OK when I'm done. So basically that's it. I'm just going to see you in the next one. Yeah guys, so here I'm just going to organize my project, so that I'll not get things will not get clutter. Yes, I'm an organized person, so I'm going to organize this very well. Now I'll just put them in a group. Then the next thing is to, what's the next thing? The next thing is to add halftone effect to the background. Okay, just a little bit. I have a brush, halftone, a brush that gives halftone effect. So I'm just going to use this brush and then select the almost darkest part of the background and then apply it to the background. And then I will reduce the opacity to blend with the background. And then you are done with this step. See you in the next one. Now we are here at the most crucial part of this design. So here's where things can get horrible or realistic. Okay, anytime you are applying shadows, you must try your best to relate it to real life. Like, how would this thing be like in the real life? Okay, like if this is a real photograph, how would the shadow be? Okay, you know that anytime there is a blockage of the light, there is a shadow. All right, now this part I'm going to take my time to do it, so that I'll get a realistic look. Do you get it? So don't mind me if I go a bit too fast, but you take your time and do this. Okay, right. Now time applying the shadows, applying the shadows, applying the shadows. Yes. All right. Like I said, just take your time when you are applying the shadows, especially on the feet. You are dealing with white background, so any mistake can trigger disappointment. Okay, so just take your time and press by clicking on it. Make sure that you selected the darkest part from the shoe before you start brushing. Click on it and rasterize the image. Okay, right click on it, rasterize the image, and then activate the transform option, Control T, and then rotate it down. Then make sure it fits the chair or whatever. Then add this thing to it. Add the motion blur to it, and then you are good to go. Yeah. Now here you can go ahead and then reduce the opacity, and then brush out the less important part. I mean, keep the important part. You're going to brush out the places where you don't need. Yes, that's it. Then move to the next one. Cool. Let's go ahead and then activate the lasso tool. Select the lasso tool and then create this shape under the is it a chair? Okay, so Control D to deselect it, and then go to select, and then go to filter and then add Gaussian blur to it. Good. I think this is okay. We have to just brush the excess part off. That's it. So just go for your brush and then brush the excess parts off. Yes. Remember, you are taking reference from the real life. Okay, so yeah, I think I have to, I mean, brush it a little bit, but then make sure that you are on a different layer so that you can have access to transform it. Okay, so just be on a different layer, as you can see, and then transform it to fit it. Then now we are good to go. Seems we are approaching the end. Okay, so this part we are going to draw our shape, our circle shape, and using the ellipse tool. So when you want to get the perfect circle, just draw. You hold down shift and then you drag your mouse. Now I have to duplicate the shape, make it a bit bigger, scale it up and make it bigger. Then I'll hide the fill of the shape. Oh, that's the second shape. I'll hide the fill of it. And then I'll select the text tool. I'll click on that bigger shape which is hidden. And then I'll make sure that I'll click on it using my text tool so that the text will go around it. Now you can text anything, you can type anything, okay? Yes. Now you can also increase and decrease the size to suit what you want. All right. Okay, so for you to get that second thing that second test around it, I mean, you have to activate that that circle on the layers panel, and then select your text tool and then type on it. Make sure that you drag in using the selection tool, and then you are good to go. You type what you want. Plus one. In this case, I'll type +1, and then yeah, enter, resize it. And then I'll just add something, the amount inside. This is what I wanted. I'll also add some the shapes, the ellipse shapes around it to make the look a bit more interesting. Okay. Yes. Guys, all the parts that I skipped are just basic stuffs that you can do it. Okay, so that's why I skipped it. Yeah, but I will let you know. I'll show you a bit of the color grading process. So this part is very important. So as you can see, I am aligning my I'm making sure that my logo and that date are properly aligned, so that they also make sure that there is enough room for your project to breathe. Okay, yes, so you shouldn't go beyond it. Yeah, I'm going to align my logo. What I like doing is to add flair to the project. Okay, in order for it not to make it dull. This is a birthday flyer, so lighting will help a lot more than door stuffs. Okay, so I added a flare from the other project I did. I posted on Instagram, so check that out. Yes, so that's the flare. I added it. Now to finish things up, I did three things. Okay, so first I stamped visible on the layers by holding down Control plus Alt plus Shift plus E, okay, on your keyboard to stamp visible on your layers. And after that I added a solid color. I just a solid color to it. Then I changed the blend mode to overlay to make all the images blend as one piece. Okay, so the last thing I did was so I stand visible again, and then I made the layer, that visible layer, stamp visible layer, I made it a smart object. Okay, and then I added a camera raw filters to it to finish things off. So guys, let me know what you think about this video. If you want more detailed and if you want to learn things step by step, my online class is out. I will be sharing the link soon. Yeah, so you don't have to worry, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a